Come on. Come on. Come on, Kelly.
Everybody thinks they're going to get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was going to get a chance.
And boom, we're live. Welcome, folks, to the American Movie Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes. I go through movies, documentaries, docuseries, Netflix originals, just like this one, Take Your Pills from Netflix. And Take Your Pills is pretty much, it's going over the ecosystem of human capital and how human performance and performance-enhancing drugs is driving our social atmosphere. Okay, so that's a lot of loaded words, so I'm going to try and break it down in an easier way. So, Take Your Pills it travels pretty much in between the tech industry, the banking industry, and the college, if quote-unquote, industry. So, it's a business. So, it travels a lot of students, and it travels to software, not engineers, but software coders that require copious amounts of focus, drive, and energy in order to perform at the highest level they can for their job in order to feed themselves. So I liked this because it was really, really informative, and I liked it as well because it did show adverse side effects if you take it and abuse it. But if you don't abuse it and you get it legally, then I don't see any problem with these people doing these things. Like, there was this weird drive of that they framed it in a light that I didn't quite understand, because they were saying the parents were wanting the human capital of their babies before they were even born. Well, everybody wants the best for their child. I don't see any difference of them wanting to perform at a high level or going to a good school and getting themselves educated. I would say that's inherent with them wanting quality, good food for all of their lives. Like, I would just say that that's just something that people want and desire because it has good repercussions. So I would just say I don't see any problem with that. And they were saying, well, the social structure themselves, and they're kind of demonizing society in a way because it's all about competition. Well, everything until that's universality in between humans. So this is not new. There's nothing new in this within the competition of anything. So they're like, you just got to get into the best school, get into this stuff and this stuff and this stuff. And we need to all calm down. I don't know if that's inherently what their message was, but that's what the aura of it, that in the tone that shot out to me. And it was jutting. It was like, hey man, you shouldn't compete at a high level, especially, okay, don't compete at a high level if you have adverse side effects within your health. Like if you're doing 20-hour days, of course that's wrong. But if you do this legitimately and you are prescribed this from a doctor, then I see no problem with this. Now, I just don't understand what the purpose of this documentary was. Like, it was great information. I think everybody should know all of this stuff. So just in that, with Adderall themselves, people equate Adderall with students and school and higher learning and higher education, and then they equate meth with the trailer park redneck guy who beats his wife and has horrible teeth, scabs everywhere. But it's only a derivative. Adderall has all of the main components. It just doesn't have the meth part of it. So it's still an amphetamine. They're both amphetamines, and the abuse is what's the problem, and the potency in which the methamphetamine people, in the context and the meme of the redneck guy who beats his wife, they're abusing that. Of course, they're abusing that stimulant, and they're doing it illegally, and it's pretty much just not from pharmaceuticals at all. So it's illegitimate. But if these people are doing these things in a way that coincides with the law, I see no problem. And they just kind of demonize it in a way that I didn't understand. And there's always going to be competition. There's always going to be some sort of people that want an edge. That's why we have there's competition everywhere, any shape or form. There's always a hierarchy in between people, even in conversation. So it's just something that I saw that it was informative, but it shed it in a light where these people were portrayed as criminals in some sort of way. And it was just a little disheartening, because these people are just trying to do the best that they can with what they've got. And if they had the access to these pharmaceuticals and they did them legitimately, I don't see any problem. And they wanted to, I did like this. They sparked the conversation within alternative pharmaceuticals, which is fine. We should use every venue possible if it's not harming anybody. So So they did push the question of microdosing with LSD. So if that has shown to work and the FDA approves it, just as they approved amphetamines, then I don't see any problem with people taking that need it. So I don't see any problem with that either, as long as it goes within the realm of legislation and it's put forth, and there's been many trials. So it did push that, and I enjoyed that a lot. Like, we should look at all venues that are even safer or more effective or have less side effects, rather. So it was just an interesting thing. It was just an interesting thing that they put on, and they put it in with sports. They put it in with, business and tech and bankers and all of that stuff. And I don't see any problem with that. Like, people who want to work 60-hour, 75-hour weeks, let them do it. I mean, you shouldn't restrict any of that. And if they do it legitimately, let them do it. So as long as they're of age, like, the thing is when parents' negligence actually disrupts the children's like way of life. So like, you should definitely study. If I'm gonna prescribe something to, or I'm wanting my child prescribe something, I'm gonna research it till the end of the earth and figure out everything I need to know before I put that compound in my child's body. And sometimes there's this gray area where parents don't want to either parent, or parents have trouble, or they just literally don't have time, or stuff like that. And they want the easiest route possible. So you should definitely just do your research, do the best that you can with what you've got, and make sure your child actually does need this thing. Because there was copious interviews where there was mixed signals between the mothers of it. And it's a difficult spot, man. It's a difficult spot. So I enjoyed this. I think there's a lot of good information. I just didn't, and I enjoyed that they wanted to give alternatives to this question of competition and trying to rise up. But I didn't like the idea that they put competition in a negative light. I think competition is the only way we do anything. So until next time, thank you so much. Let me know what you thought of this. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know if you agree in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and the iTunes. And make sure you take drugs legitimately, and if you're prescribed, and don't take them illegally. This is all not pharmaceutical advice or what is it? Doctor's advice. So I am not a doctor. I'm talking about a documentary I saw. A documentarist maybe, but not a doctor. So let me know what you thought. If you want to start your own podcast, you can go to socialcreative.org/podcast. You can get the podcast publisher. It's $3.99, and it's everything you'd ever need to know regarding equipment, hosting, getting on iTunes, getting on your podcast online immediately, as quick as possible with and there's a lot of marketing in there as well. So check that out if that sounds appealing to you. Also brought to you by foreverlean.com, muscle building programs, fat loss programs. Check those out. And until next time, thank you so much. I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this trailer, or this documentary. So until next time, thank you so much. Bye. Bye.
Round one.
Come on. Oh, whoa, hey, come on, Kelly.
Everybody thinks they're gonna get a chance to punch some Nazi in the face at Normandy. I used to think I was gonna get a chance to do it.